For many enthusiastic anime fans out there, the epic face-offs between the hero and the villain are the best moments in any show, and rightfully so, as these confrontations are filled with anticipation and the thrill of the battle. That boost in excitement gets us riled up in those epic fights. But what happens when two of the biggest powerhouses in anime, Goku and Saitama, get in a matchup? Well, these titans are known to be the greatest fighters in their respective universes, but how would they hold out against each other? Hi guys, welcome back to the Anime Sensei channel, where we cover everything anime and give you your daily anime fix. And here's another exciting video about the most epic face-off in anime history. Saitama's strong, but can he beat Goku? A friendly reminder here, this video is based on my personal opinion, so with no hard feelings, let's get started. Starting off with Saitama, we have the ultimate hero, Caped Baldy from One Punch Man. Although this title spoils the whole plot of the show and gives away how each conflict will end, the spoilers don't make One Punch Man any less exciting. Our hero here is born out of his life because all he gets are weak enemies, and Saitama has even become depressed because of it. Saitama just obliterates his enemies with one punch, and that's all he has to do to basically keep up with his hobby and earn some money while doing it. This has become such a huge problem for Saitama, as he's quite worried that he won't be able to feel emotions anymore. Saitama's started to face a dilemma here because of his invincibility, and not being recognized for his feats by the public has made him even more nihilistic. Saitama's at a point in his life where he's a hero for his own sake, and has stopped caring about what others think about him. And now for Goku, the strongest fighter in the whole universe who just loves fighting. If we compare the whole Dragon Ball franchise and the 2 seasons of One Punch Man, the latter isn't even as long as it takes Goku to fire one spirit bomb. And Goku, being a martial artist of course, means he's been on a journey to fight strong opponents for a really long time. From Dragon Ball to Dragon Ball Z and to now Super. He's spent his entire life fighting, and even now he's become strong enough to face gods. And even then, he still hasn't stopped growing and just can't stop fighting. He's a martial artist to his core, and despite literally dying for his passion, he even spends his afterlife training and becoming the strongest. One thing in common between these two is that they both spend the majority of their time fighting and eating for some reason. Goku because it's his life passion, and the only thing that fuels his body for just one more punch is food. And for Saitama, he fights because he's a hero, and since he left his career to become a hero, Saitama's second motivation to fight is just to pay off his rent and put food on the table. Saitama even accepted Genos as his disciple because the young robot decided to pitch in with Saitama's rent. So both are motivated by their passion and, although a bit janky for Saitama, food. But the main question is, who would win in a fight between the two of them? As I previously mentioned, Saitama can beat his foes with a single punch, but Dragon Ball's known for painstakingly dragging out fights for a really long time across multiple episodes just for one finishing move. And my personal opinion is, Saitama can't beat Goku. And here's why. So let me start with the argument from the other side of the aisle. Many of the One Punch Man fans may argue that Saitama is the single most powerful character in his universe. Saitama's so powerful that not even a single enemy that he's faced until now was able to damage him in any way, shape or form. The only moment that Saitama even took damage was against Boros, and even that was his full brute strength that would have destroyed an entire planet. And that was just barely able to graze our hero. Now, the biggest adversary that Saitama ever faced in the anime was a planetary threat, and even that wasn't able to bring out his full potential. It just took Saitama one serious punch to defeat that foe, and although we did get a peek in his unlimited power, that still didn't tell us enough to gauge the full extent of his abilities. Saitama, according to Dr. 𝐒𝐻𝐚𝐧𝐬𝐿, a mad scientist from One Punch Man, went as far as to say that for some unknown reason, Saitama was able to surpass his limiter as a human. The limiter is a concept that there's something innate in humans that can't use the full extent of their abilities. Only through sheer determination and physical prowess are they able to increase their limit potential, but never surpass it. It helps humans regulate their potential and keeps the untapped power from running amok. But Saitama was somehow able to break past that limiter and now commands unlimited potential. A power so great that it can't be measured on any scale. So to compare such a being who has unlimited power against Goku, whose potential we already know about and we can measure, is just absurd. So according to this argument, Saitama, because of this X factor, can't be measured and beaten by anyone. And questions like, how can we even compare the power of Saitama, who's still not shown us his true potential? Or how can you compare something that you can't even measure the power of? But that argument, in this case, is fatally flawed. Because when we compare the power levels in each of the characters in each universe, the strength of enemies across the board is just too disproportionate. The enemies in Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball Super can easily blow up a planet or two with a flick of a finger, whereas the enemies in One Punch Man can't even come close to that. Frieza, one of the earliest foes in DBZ, was able to blow up entire planets in his most basic form, that too without even breaking a sweat. And now in Super, even that kind of power can't stand up against Goku. Although the strongest case that can be made against this is that Goku's not invincible. He has died multiple times, and Goku, in his lifetime of battles, hasn't gone through one high-stake battle where he wasn't fatally wounded and needed months to recover his strength and get back on track to becoming the strongest again. And even in Super, a normal subordinate of Frieza was able to fatally harm Goku with a simple beam. Even if his guard was down, that was rather careless for Goku. But you have to realize that even after that, Goku was able to take on the God of Destruction head-on, and just the vibration from their punches was strong enough to break the entire macrocosm of the universe. Even though Beerus barely used a fraction of his power, Goku was able to muster the same level of power and match Beerus' strength, which was a threat to the entire galaxy. And now after that, Goku has grown significantly more and faced enemies from other multiverses. Goku's grown so much so that he's surpassed the power of Super Saiyan God by many magnitudes since then. And now, he can even use Ultra Instinct. Further bolstering his strength, even the God of Destruction Beerus is worried that he will also have trouble beating Goku if he's not careful when facing him in the future. The scale of power between Goku and Saitama is so great here that the X factor of unlimited power that Saitama has just becomes irrelevant. The power scaling between the two universes is just so far apart that Saitama can't hold his own against Goku. Keep in mind here though, I'm not saying that Saitama isn't strong. I know for a fact that he can blow up an entire planet with a single blow if he wanted to. We can also talk about how Saitama would fare against Goku's fiercest opponents like Frieza, Jiren and Beerus, but Saitama has stopped working on himself. Most of that is because every enemy that comes in contact with Saitama's punches explodes pretty violently, with every cell in their body disintegrating into their basic components. That's quite a predicament. Saitama has literally no motivation to increase his current power. Whereas Goku's still growing and trains every single day without rest, Saitama has stopped training, and although he's defeated extinction level threats with one punch, that's also without breaking a sweat. At this point, I believe that the most action Saitama sees these days is with King. Goku here keeps on demonstrating his strength against one opponent after the other, and even then, Goku just doesn't know how to stop. Saitama has reached kind of a wall lately. It seems that he's realized that training more won't do anything, so the boring battles have led him to remain stagnant at the same point. And more so, Saitama only uses his power when he has to, or when there's an ongoing sale at the local supermarket. Who knew fighting against housewives on limited sales was such a huge predicament? Saitama has stopped training, and Goku, well, all he does is train. And Goku even has access to the hyperbolic time chamber where he can train limitlessly for an entire year with just a single day passing in the outside time. And Goku's also been using this method of training for a really long time. He loves to train and saves time by doing it, so it's a win-win situation for our Saiyan training fanatic. So currently, not only do I believe that Goku's much stronger than Saitama, but also that he's got the potential to grow infinitely through training. And even if Saitama and Goku ever faced each other in a serious battle, Saitama wouldn't even be able to hit Goku due to his Ultra Instinct. And though Goku can't maintain this ability for long, his prowess as a fighter is so great that a well-placed Kamehameha or just the heightened utter raw strength of his punches and kicks could actually give him the final edge he needs to defeat this seemingly indestructible foe. Even though Saitama is the strongest hero known to mankind and even broke past the limit that was holding other life forms back, he lacks the motivation to give it his all and grow even further. So that's it guys, the great matchup between the two titans in the anime industry. If you think that I've missed something or would like to share your opinion about this video, then please comment down below. If you'd like to see more videos like this, then smash that like button and subscribe. And don't forget to ting that notification bell so that you get notifications whenever a new video comes up. See you in the next one guys. Anime Sensei out.